All right, you ready to go, Carla?
Yes.
Let's go! Come on! Pump myself up as usual to get this done. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis podcast. It is still very, very young in the 2019 ATP and WTA seasons, and here we are already on show number 18.
I remember 18.
Let's go!
You remember 18 years old?
Oh, I remember 18 years
18
old.
was good for me.
I graduated from high school when I was 17, and I turned 18 my freshman year of college, so I was always a really young one. So I remember a lot of the chastising that I entertained when I was 18 as the youngest person in my freshman class.
18, I thought I was invincible, and I worked really hard at tennis, actually. I was playing full-time tennis at 18.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how we roll. All right, so I will put a link above in this video in case you missed the last show. Again, these shows are always a direct continuation of the previous shows, so if you are new to this channel or new to our group that I consider family at this point, or we consider family at this point, you can stop it, pause it here, check out the link above and get caught up on match results, players, topics, discussions, or just start right here and then welcome back, obviously, if you've been following us for quite a while. So check out the link above, and you can get caught right up if you wish. All right, so as always, every single show, we always start out with big shout-outs to fans, followers, friends, those that assist us, family members, coaches, etc., especially those that contribute from the previous day's shows going into the current one. All right, so big shout-outs to the following, and by the way, these shout-outs come from people that call us on the telephone with ideas, that communicate with us by email, that communicate with us on other platforms that Carla has, which are
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
email.
I think you mentioned email.
Yeah. So anyway, the shout-outs,
or even on this channel,
or here, or right here as well. Big shout out to Arvis Jagemeyer, a longtime friend for almost a decade at this point. Brilliant sports writer. Love you, Arvis. Wayne Chia for always helping us out all the way from Singapore. Thank you very much, Wayne Chia. Rahesh Kumar, family friend, household name, and his sidekick, R2, which he sent to my youngest son. We have 5 children, but this was the gift for our youngest son for the Christmas holiday. So here we go, R2. All right. So I always get a kick out of putting R2 in action. Thank you, Rahesh. Much love to Ethan D.A. Ethan D.A. yesterday had a very lovely comment that had to do with he wishes that he didn't have to watch some of the ESPN commentators and would rather watch us. Humbly said, we try to remain humble as we are. Thank you for that. Sometimes these majors, we take 2 weeks off basically from our normal work, and it hits us pretty hard in different ways, economically, mentally, sleep-wise, and so forth. So
well, the Australian Open is the toughest one because most of the great matches are
like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So we're kind of waking up and tracking them and still trying to get sleep and getting the kids up for school and so forth, and not really doing our job that kind of pays the bills per se. So you gave us motivation, Ethan D.A. Thank you very much. Millennium 13 Constantine, always staying in touch. Thank you. Big shout out to Ivor Savage, family friend, household name at this point. Also owns and is the CEO of YTEX Strings, hence why we put this out there. Again, it's not an economic gain for us. It's an honor to be able to support YTEX. Wonderful team, wonderful products. There's a link below to YTEX Strings. Check them out. Wonderful products, wonderful company, and an owner that really cares about people. And I mean that. YTEX Strings is an entire team that helps us out with our crew here at 5K Tennis and all of our needs when it comes to racket, strings, and apparel. Stefan Nizovic, always checking up on me when Federer loses for a long time. Much love to you, Stefan. Simone Simonovic, always keeping in touch, always giving us ideas, always laying it down for us. Appreciate it, Simone. Stimpy Boy, long-time viewer, checked in yesterday.
Haven't heard from him.
Let's go! Yeah. Come on, Stimpy Boy, let's get it done this year. My father and lifetime coach, her father, lifetime a coach, always helping us out, giving us ideas and dropping historical knowledge that maybe we were even not even born yet, that they can remind us of. So much love to everyone for sure. So we're going to jump right into the show and not necessarily bring up a lot of topics today because, again, of the request by a lot of you. Let's get into matches. Let's dig deep. Ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go. Boom. All right. So Carla and I wanted to start. We wanted to start today with women's doubles, right?
Yes.
Doubles is always fun to watch and especially fun to play. So Carla and I had the fun opportunity last night of watching a doubles match between Chan and Chan. I think they're sisters.
Yes.
From Taiwan, and Brady and Risk, who are an American doubles team. So Carla and I actually wanted to replay a point. We wanted to actually act out a point that would kind of lay out the context of the match that we watched last night. So I'm going to lay down the context real quick of this match. This is a doubles match. Half of these shots that we are going to act out were lightly hit, not heavily hit.
No.
Middle of the court, some drop shots involved, some textbook volleys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, Carla, we reenact a 7-shot rally.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll say I'll serve.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you be the Chans?
Okay, I'll be Chance.
And I'll be Risk and Brady.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll start out serving. We'll do like a 7-shot rally. On the 7th shot, I'll hit the winner.
Okay.
Okay. And I say that because Risk and Brady won, so I'll pretend like it was maybe match point, but not really because this happened every point.
It was quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. So here we go. I'm gonna serve, and we're gonna get this ball in play. You ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Worst screech I ever heard yesterday. Last night. I never really watched doubles, but last night it was just funny to watch.
Yeah. So we have developed a category over the past maybe year of doing this show that was called the SLI, or Screech Level Index. Of our entire season and a half, less than a calendar year of developing this category, this match took the absolute gold medal so far. I scored this at a 9.89876 on our Screech Level Index.
Yes.
Woo!
I mean, they were just balling and they were screeching. The ball was halfway through the court and they were screeching. It was horrible.
It was like a drop shot. Come on.
Well, you had Brady that sounded like she was like, "Urgh." And then you had the Chances to do like, "Ah!"
Like an easy volley with just touch across the net. You know, I would just be like, just tapping it over. The tap became a tap.
By the way, they're the only Americans in the women's double, on a serious note. And also, what's up with that outfit from A6?
Oh, yeah.
Brady looked like she was wearing diapers. I've never seen something so horrible in my life.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed our charade. I had fun with that. But the Screech Level Index was way up there.
It was way up there. Now, we watched another doubles match with Samantha Stozier from Australia.
Yeah, and A6, by the way, fixed that outfit. That outfit was horrendous.
And Shai Sang, they played together against the #1 team, Katerina Sianaskova and Barbara Krejcikova, and they defeated them. They were the #1 team, 7-6, 7-6. And I noticed that Stozier looks strong. She looks like a bodybuilder from the top.
I tell you what, Stozier is jacked. Boom!
Guys would envy her arms.
Man, I tell you what, I don't even know what to tell you. Stozier,
she made Serena's arms look like nothing.
Stozier's got bigger arms than I got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some guys would envy her arm.
Man, good job, Stozier, for staying fit, and good job for winning here for your country. But man, if you can give me a tip on how to get my arms jacked up like that.
I've never seen arms like that on a woman.
And I work my arms every day.
I've never seen arms like that. On another note, the Bryan brothers are in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. And then Jack Sock's doubles is not looking so good. He lost in the quarterfinals with his partner Jackson Withdraw. They lost to Sam Querrey and Ryan Harrison.
Jack Sock's game never looks good. He won a couple majors last year, but can we tip our hats to the Bryan brother he played with?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to hate on Jack Sock. I just
an important nugget, I thought.
A very important nugget. But yeah, nonetheless, Jack Sock tends to be a magnet for issues at times throughout his career.
Yes.
I don't dislike the guy, but I've read so many takes from so many people that this guy can just be a real nuisance in the locker room. Anyway, let's move forward on that one.
Let's move forward. Some good matches last night, huh?
Yeah, so Carla, I hope that you've done some great research. I know you have. So let's get right into... by the way, you said the Bryan brothers were headed into the quarters?
They're in the quarterfinals.
Great job there. And I'm glad his hit that he had operated on, I think that was Mike Bryan?
I'm not sure which Bryan brother.
I think it was Mike Bryan that had the hip issue like Andy Murray. So I'm glad to see him back. So let's jump right into the draws. Let's go ahead and review last night's matches, and then forecast our semifinals, and as well, let's recap all of the matches that are going to happen tonight,
okay,
and then as well as who we think will be in the semifinals as well.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Well, first match of the night was, well, not really the first night of the match, but I'm going in this order, was Petra Kvitova from the Czech Republic played Ashley Barty from Australia and defeated her 6-1, 6-4. I told you that Kvitova would be too much for Barty's slice backhand.
Well, I think we discussed this yesterday, that we both agreed Kvitova would win. I did notice when we watched this match that there was definitely some intensity between the two players.
In the second set, yeah.
As there always is when her and I play sets or we play matches.
We hate each other.
Yeah, when Carla and I face off against one another, it's really not a walk in the park, not on a tennis level, and it definitely isn't on how much we respect each other. We always shake hands at the net.
Sure, when it's done.
When it's done, it's done, but you could tell that Kvitova and Barty had some Justin versus Carla moments.
Oh yeah, I've done it before where I've talked under, I'm like, this guy, well, he does a slice. Can't hit a one-handed backhand.
But the reason why I do hit a one-handed backhand, but the reason why I slice to her is because if I pin her back on the court on her backhand side, she has a problem getting under it and putting the ball away, and she just puts it back to me, and usually I can step around it and cream a shot down the line, and I have a lot of good results with that. But playing another player that knows how to overcome that, which you can never do, then...
Oh, I've overcome it, and you know that. I figured it out.
We expected Kvitova to win this match. I do not ever expect you to win another match against me.
Stop dreaming, Sharapova. But anyways, Kvitova, it was a great win for her. Good to see her again in a semifinal. Jim Courier gave her an interview after that about, did she ever think she would be back in this position again? And she got teary after, that whole incident in 2016, and she got teary about it. So good for her. I really like her, and her next opponent is going to be an American player. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova was defeated last night by Danielle Collins from the USA. Collins was down 2-6, won the next set 7-5, then 6-1. She was up 5-0 and had a few match points and lost it, and then had to, serve for it. I'll play a few more games because it was 5-0.
Great story here by Collins. Yesterday, I forecasted that if I was a gambling person, then I would take Pavlyuchenkova in this match. I ate my words as I have this entire tournament. The only reason why I say that is when you watch Collins play, when she annihilates people such as the Kerber match, she's hitting shots lights out, all the strength you could imagine in these shots, and she makes them. So many times in the history of tennis, you have players that will just blister the ball, and they show up on the court one day and they can't hit anything in the court. This girl keeps hitting everything in the court.
Yeah, sort of like what happened to Anisimova when she faced Kvitova. She was a different player that day. Yeah,
so people ebb and flow in this game, and we understand that. The story with Collins is beautiful, though. So she's 25. People wonder why she hasn't been in the limelight before. Let's go ahead and do a brief history lesson with Collins. She's 25. She went to college, or wanted to play tennis initially at the University of Florida and Gainesville, respectively, a Gator. She didn't make the team. She transferred to the University of Virginia, wherein she won 2 NCAA titles. She was offered to play at the U.S. Open at one point in time, first round, a $35,000 check. She declined because she wanted to finish her education, because she always figured, quote unquote, that if tennis doesn't work, I have a backup plan. Well, I think now by the check she's going to get moving into the semifinals, I think she made
she's making some dough out there. She's got 2 degrees. She's got a bachelor in media and a master's in business. Good for her. So tennis fails later on.
So she always has a backup plan. I think this is important to our kids and to anybody these days that puts all their eggs in one basket. Don't always do that, because sometimes our basket breaks and we're like, oh man, I wish I had another basket with another egg in it.
Yeah.
But here coming up, we have Kvitova and Collins. Now again, if Collins can continue to play as she has played against Kerber, against Pavlyuchenkova, or she has played legitimately since Indian Wells of last year.
Well, these two have played. They just played a few weeks ago against each other. Kvitova won in 3 tight sets. They played in Brisbane.
If Collins can play like she played last night and she played against Kerber, she has a really good chance. However, lest we not forget, Kvitova is a Grand Slam champion. Kvitova has been through a really wicked emotional time with being stabbed on her playing hand. As you said, Jim Courier got emotional with, she got emotional with Jim Courier in an interview last night. I still have to count my chickens on Kvitova.
I love Collins, but I think Kvitova, she has the desire to win another Grand Slam. She wants to prove herself that she can win another one, and I think she will.
And look, I've doubted Collins the past 2 matches. It's hard for me to doubt her again. 3 times, 3 strikes, you're out. But I'm going to go with Kvitova here. And again,
I think it'll be a battle. I don't think it will be a walk over the park.
Collins,
it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Collins may shock the world here. And if she makes a final and again can play who I think will be Serena, we'll get into that. Like she played Kerber. And if she beats Kvitova, she's going to have to play on that level again. If she makes the final, Serena will need to be careful. That is if Serena makes it.
Yes.
All right, so quick recap of the matches tonight. We got Serena playing Pliskova. You have...
I have Serena. Serena's got the upper hand on her 2-1, and they've all played in hard courts, all their matches.
Again, I'll go with Serena too. However, don't forget Pliskova has been due to win a major for a long time. If she comes out aggressive and can serve at a high percentage, and can limit.
Well, they're both hard hitters, flat hitters, both of them.
I think whoever has the highest first serve percentage and has the least unforced errors. Again, this is tennis 101. You don't have to be a rocket science to figure out those 2 statistics. But it's going to be close. I'm going to take Serena here, but we can't be shocked if Pliskova wins.
No, I think Serena's serve better be on, and so Pliskova too, because you know that Serena's going to try to eat any ball she can.
All right, so we got Osaka playing Svitolina. Who you got?
Osaka.
I'm going to take Osaka too. I think that Svitolina over the past year looks like she has lost some
yeah, but
strength.
She's gained some back. She's
gotten a little thicker. You look at Svitolina a year or 2 ago, much bigger, much stronger. She's kind of fizzled away a little bit, but hey, maybe that's a testament for whatever trainer is working with her.
Well, Slovina's on she's up 3-2, so we'll see.
So I think we have a Serena Osaka semi. If that's the case, who you got?
I have to give it to Serena.
I would have to give it to Serena too. Revenge from last year's U.S. Open.
Yeah.
So ultimately, if I could fast forward in time, I would have Serena playing Kvitova in the final. All right, moving forward to men's.
All right, last night was good. I watched this match, and Justin maybe finally convinced himself that this kid is the real deal.
No,
not yet?
No.
Well, Tsitsipas, Stefanos Tsitsipas from Greece defeated Bautista Agut in 4 sets from Spain.
The reason why I'm still not convinced yet is because I think if Tsitsipas would have met Bautista Agut in the first round, I think it would have been a different tale. Everybody got so excited when Tsitsipas beat Federer, but we cannot forget that Federer's 37 years old is really old in the game of tennis.
Yeah, it's tough on your body.
Maybe not Tom Brady playing football when he's dropping back and throwing passes and not running 7 or 8 miles a match. But Bautista Agut is a 30-year-old male already towards the latter part of his career for any tennis player and has played 5 sets. 5 sets.
Well, so has Tsitsipas.
3 sets and then 5 sets.
But like you said, the 20-year-old body is going to be more fresh than the 30-year-old.
It's going to be more fresh.
And by the way, these 2 guys, I watched them last night. I was tired watching them run.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I'm like, geez, end the point.
Yeah, I think the other day, Millennium 13, Constantine said it best. You know, watching how you cannot compare as she has done. You cannot compare.
No, but he has the volleys. He has the volleys, and he does think out there. Unlike all the other younger players.
You compared him to Federer. They do not play anything alike.
No, they don't play alike. But he's the closest out of all the younger players who don't have a strategy out there. He at least thinks out there, and he thought out there. He could have lost that match. He could have really lost that match.
Oh yeah. But again...
And you thought he would lose that match.
I think if Bautista Agut would have played Tsitsipas in the first round, he would have lost. We saw Bautista Agut was up a break in the first set, was up a break in the second set, won the second set, right?
He won the second set.
So he could have been up 2-0, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I understand that. But the guy was obviously smoked out, tired.
The way he hits, he's like David Ferrer, but just a better version, you know, and a lower version of Nadal, because Nadal does it better. But these guys are grinders, like Djokovic, grinders.
I think yesterday Rajesh Kumar said it the best. It doesn't. He said he was going to go to sleep instead of watching this match because it didn't matter. Whoever met Nadal in the next round was going to decisively be beaten. I can't say it any better.
I agree. Tsitsipas has to be tired.
So great match by Tsitsipas, but I cannot say based upon beating a 37-year-old Federer, and I'm a huge Federer fan, believe me. I can't say that Tsitsipas is the next best thing because he beat Federer.
Well, he beat your guy, Bashvili.
That's it. And
you were saying he's the next best thing. You said he was the next best thing.
I said he has the potential to be. Just like Coric, who lost, and everybody else. But I can't
say... He beat Choice, he beat Bashvili.
Federer lost to Kevin Anderson last year at Wimbledon.
But you got to give credit where credit is due. He won his next match. He won his next match, which most players can't do that. They lose, like you say. They beat a big player, and then they come, and they don't play on the next round.
Federer, by the way, will be playing the French Open this year, which to me signals his last year of playing tennis. Enjoy it while it lasts. But I cannot say that Tsitsipas is the next best thing because he beat an aging Federer.
So who's the next best thing? Who's the next younger generation? Who's the next best thing? Tell me.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Severev obviously is not. Kachanov is not doing anything. Shapovalov is still far, in my opinion.
I still don't think we have seen yet the next best thing.
Coric.
I know you have said
Medvedev looks weak.
Okay, hold on. You said you have seen Denis Shapovalov, Alexander Dolgopolov.
No. I said
all these people will be the next best thing.
Shapovalov needs a few more years, but I'm saying out of all these guys that everybody talks about,
if I had to choose,
Tiafoe, all these young guys,
if I had to choose,
he has the best chance.
I disagree. I would say Borna Coric.
Borna Coric just lost to
You're missing it. You're missing the point.
Oh my gosh.
Listen to what I'm saying. I still have not seen anyone come close to what Federer looked like.
No one's going to beat Federer.
That's all I'm saying.
No one's going to beat Federer.
But if I had to choose out of the bunch of...
we thought that Pete Sampras was it. We thought Pete Sampras was... that nobody was going to beat 14, and look what happened.
Can I speak for a second? If I had to pick one or two players... By the way, the whole next-gen stuff to me is cheesy.
It is cheesy. I agree with you.
So I don't buy into it. I just look at tennis players...
Yeah, but these guys are going to retire one day. They're going to retire one day.
Can I speak for 30 seconds? If I had to buy into this cheesy next generation bulljark, and I had to choose two players out of this next gen cheesiness, who would I pick out of all of them?
Sure.
De Minaur and Coric. If I had to.
I completely disagree with you. That's funny.
Okay, you pick a racket smasher, and then...
I never jumped in that bandwagon.
We gotta move forward.
No. I think Tsitsipas will be the first one.
She's like talking to a brick wall.
Anyways, next match, which we said would happen, Rafael Nadal from Spain defeated Frances Tiafoe in 3 sets.
Expected
that. Come on.
Look, Tiafoe in this match, we watched some of this match. Tiafoe was serving it at a really high level, 75, 78%, 74%. And still didn't have a chance. I think there was one service game in the second set, and I think we pretty much tossed it out or turned the match off at that point due to just being sheerly tired as everything. But Nadal had like a double break point, or Tiafoe had a double break point against Nadal. Didn't get it. And then after that, I mean, we were just like, okay, Nadal is way too much. Good job for Tiafoe even being here. But the likes of Tiafoe has a lot of work to do, if ever, to even come close to beating Nadal.
Agree. Well, Nadal and Tsitsipas will face off. Nadal is up 2-0. They played in 2018 at the Canada Hard Court and in clay. 2018, Nadal won both matches. I give this match to Nadal in 3 sets.
Nadal is going to beat him so badly, you will rethink your thoughts on Tsitsipas being the next
I'm talking about when these guys are gone, this guy has the chance to win Grand Slams.
I disagree.
All right, anyways.
I disagree.
All right, keep jumping on that bandwagon with Medvedev, who's very skinny, who needs to gain a lot of weight, and Coric, who hasn't done much. Just saying.
Tell you what, I'm going to let them comment on this because I'm having enough. Let me lighten my mood up real quick. All right. Thanks to R2, I'm back in good spirits here. All right, so recap of tonight's matches. Djokovic and Nishikori. Who you got?
Of course, Djokovic. Is that a joke?
No, it's not a joke. Yeah, I had Nishikori on my fantasy team, but this will be the end of the road for him, and it should be fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's 15-2. That's the record.
So Djokovic heads to the final. Raonic, Pui tonight. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Raonic. I'm going to go with the Canadian.
Yeah,
it's 3-0. He has the upper hand. But maybe Pui will surprise us.
Well, I tell you what, as long as Raonic keeps slicing
Hey, to you
one-hander
backhands out there, hit your one-handed backhand. There's a reason why you learned that stroke. Stop slicing so much.
I hit a one-hander.
Man,
all my kids hit one-handers.
I watched Tsitsipas hit that ball. I watched Shapovalov hit the ball. Federer hits the ball, but there's quite a few of you out there that slice.
There are players that it is effective against, like you. And then there's players that it's not effective
It's great
against.
to have a slice, but some people use it because they're not confident enough to hit their backhand.
All right, so we have... True. Okay. I think there's some days when I hit my one-hander, that's all I hit. And all 5 of my kids hit one-hander. Even my 6-year-old girl and my 3-year-old that we're teaching.
I love the one-handed backhand. I love it.
So there are days where you go out there and it's not working, so you tend to slice away. But on days where it's working, you better darn well believe I'm hitting it.
Yeah, you do, but most of you guys, I'm not saying you...
we got to move.
They lose their confidence.
Time's about running out. All right, so we got Djokovic Nadal final. Who you got?
Nadal, of course. Are you really asking me that?
I think...
It's going to be a tough battle. I'm not saying that Nadal's going to... I think it'll be a 5-setter.
The last time I think we saw this, the Australian, was 2012, where Djokovic played Nadal.
And they were both
They were so tired they couldn't even stand up, and they kept dragging out the trophy ceremony. They couldn't even breathe.
This will be who's the best grinder that day.
It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
All right, so... Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move forward to the last segment of the show, which is the health tip. As you all know, Carla and I and all of you have been putting together a hypothetical book. We've been putting together a hypothetical book on what an instruction manual would look like if our kids were born with an instruction manual. Kind of like if we get an appliance or a stringing machine or a microwave or whatever it may be. You know, you follow the instruction manual, and as long as you follow it, then the machine shouldn't break, right?
Right.
So we're going to add the 5th part to this today. The first part, by the way, a recap, was from Stefan Nizovic. He said, never do drugs, never drink alcohol, and never put your money on Kevin Anderson. Love that. 2, never pass up on opportunity. That came from me. So if you have an opportunity, don't pass up on it. At least try. 3, stay positive. Life's tough, but if you stay positive, good things happen. Number 4, never blame others for your mistakes. Kind of like Sevitsova. Every time she hits an unforced error, she's yelling at the box. Or Zverev. You know, just take ownership for your unforced errors and move forward. The 5th one, and this is going to be quick, is get adequate sleep. Sleep is highly important. If you try to get Carla going in the day and she hasn't slept, watch out, because she'll just want to just boo, 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 boo. What? She'll drive you in the dirt. So I always tell Carla, make sure you get sleep. I'm kidding, obviously, but getting sleep is highly important. Without adequate sleep, we don't have much in the tank, energy-wise, mentally-wise.
And then you start taking things that you shouldn't take or drink things that you shouldn't drink.
Exactly.
So sleep is very important.
All right, so get positive sleep or get adequate sleep, and it'll help you stay positive. All right, everyone, so that's it for today. Have a great day, everyone. Again, I reiterate to stay positive. Believe me, with 5 kids, we take 2 weeks off to do this show. We have a lot of worries when it comes to doing that, but we try to stay positive because we enjoy doing this, and we enjoy hanging out with all of you. Thanks again, Ethan D.A., for your kind words yesterday. Carla and I, again, put in a lot to this show, and it's nice to hear someone saying they would rather hear us than some of the, quote, lousy people on different outlets. I think yesterday...
Well, we heard McEnroe go... Yeah, we went back and forth. First, he said Tsitsipas was great. Then he said Bautista teaching him a lesson. Then he went back to Tsitsipas, so he couldn't decide.
It was like the first set, like Tsitsipas got broken, and he was like, oh, this kid's tired. And then he breaks back and he's like, oh, he's so great. Now Bautista's slacking off, and maybe he's just too tired. And then it got to the second set, and Bautista Gu won the set, and he's like, oh, yeah, it's over now. And then the third set, it was just so shifty, so I didn't pay attention to that until yesterday. So I'm not knocking any other commentators. They all do a great job.
McEnroe's great. Yeah.
And do their best, like McEnroe a lot. But thank you for that, because it made me pay attention and helped myself want to get better, and Carla. Thanks again to Ivor Savage, family friend, a household name in our home at this point. And thank you so much for believing in Carla and us to do some of your play tests and string tests. Please feel free to contribute to this channel. We don't ask for it. Again, we take a lot of time off of work and what we do to bring this show to you. So, hey, we don't ask for it, but there is a PayPal link below if you wish to do so. So thank you very much for your consideration in that matter. Click a like below, subscribe below, share our videos, and thanks so much to all of you. Again, without you and your feedbacks that we can go over and carry into the next day's show, especially during these majors, this show wouldn't be possible. We'll take about a week off after this major to get some rest and try to pay some bills, etc. But nonetheless, we will be back after the Australian Open, take maybe a week off or a few days off, and we'll get back into some of the smaller tournaments on about an every 2-day or 3-day interval. So thank you so much to all of you. Vamos, much love. And young man over here, R2 loves you too. So as Carla always says,
adios.
See ya!
Go Nadal. Sorry, Rahesh.